Hi Scorpio, welcome to your mid-month check-in for January 2024. Thank you as always to everyone who watches, likes, shares and comments on the videos and subscribes to the channel. If you want a personal reading, see the info in the description box. So just to let you know, if you follow the channel or if you're familiar with the channel, you might have noticed some changes in the schedule of how I've been putting the videos out lately. It's just because I've had to kind of adapt things to get the best balance that I can in my life in terms of the readings and just everything else that I've been trying to do as well. So yeah, we'll get into your reading. These are the oracle decks I'll be using for today's reading. So we're going to start off with an African Goddess Rising message first of all. So the messages as usual are for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising. So what does Scorpio, Sun, Moon or Rising need to know for the mid-month January check-in? What's your main theme? You have Swatchy grounding. So let's get your tarot cards out first of all, and then I will read that message from the book. So what else do we need to know about the main theme or main focal point for Scorpio? You have the Ace of Wands. Look at all the orange and reddish tones in there. That's really interesting, that is. I like that. So past energies around this. You have the Knight of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Current present energy. That was really dramatic. You've got the Four of Swords. And potential future energy as well. Ah, that's nice. Look at that, Ten of Cups. Okay, I mean, obviously, as I always say, the future energy is potential. It's not set in stone, but still a nice potential, isn't it? Right, so let's get the message out of the book for you. So, Swatchy is the goddess of grounding. It says, you may know great ancestress Swatchy, if I'm even saying that right, hopefully I am, or as Saatchi or Sarah Bartman, the woman forced to perform as the Hottentot Venus in 19th century London. But before that, she was Swatchy, a Cocoan girl in South Africa who deserved better. Swatchy's guidance says, protect your magic, your heart is your own, your body is your own, your mind is yours. Your truth and your story are your own. Be rooted in truth, love that with that Knight of Swords there. Create healthy boundaries. The embodiment says your energy is unsteady. Breathe, come into the present, say out loud, I am here. Trauma, stress, overwhelm, anxiety, which is present with the Nine of Swords, and fear disconnect you from your body. Grounding keeps you present. When you feel rootless or unsettled, come back to your breath. Meditation and breath work are grounding. Try earthing, connecting your feet to soil. Free writing, clapping, stomping, and rubbing your hands together are all grounding. And the Goddess Declaration says, I am firmly planted and deeply rooted. And I mean, the Four of Swords, it can be a sign of disconnection as well, can't it, when it shows up? But let's clarify and see what we need to know here. So for the Ace of Wands, I mean, it kind of looks like there's a spark. So I don't know. I almost got the impression when I looked at this Knight of Swords when it first came out, it's like, you know, you might say to yourself sometimes, oh, well, I've got my truth, but I don't know what to do with it, kind of thing, where you sort of figure out what you want or what you want to do, but then you don't know what to do next. I mean, that would be kind of like a bit of ungrounded energy, wouldn't it? It's like having that, you know, like when you have kids that are hyperactive and they're just full of energy and they want to do something, but they're literally just all over the place, or they don't know what to do. Yeah, there's a little bit of that here, although I know we've got the Four of Swords, which is doing nothing basically. But yeah, let's have a look at the Ace of Wands and see what comes out for that. So you've got the Two of Cups. So yeah, it is like there's a desire to connect with something. You've got the connection there, disconnection there. We have the Two of Wands. And we have the Seven of Swords. So I'm going to look at that Seven of Swords on its own. That might be feeling like a risk, to be honest. That something might feel like a risk for someone. Three of Cups. Why are they all in reverse? 10 of Cups. Yeah, I think that's a risk, to be honest. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, that's a risk. This is ungrounded energy. 7 of Swords clarified by 3 of Cups, 10 of Cups, and the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. It's ungrounded. You may have a feeling for something that you want to connect with, whether it is a person or not. But the decision of actually kind of going ahead with it, it feels like a risk. I would say it feels like a risk. There's something that feels ungrounded about it. Concerns around whether it will be supported. Reciprocation comes to mind with this as well. Whether it will be emotionally fulfilling. For some, there might be concerns about whether you'll maintain your independence with it and the security as well. I don't know if for some here, you know, like if you met someone, like you met a new person, or even if it's not a new person, it could be an old person, but if you meet someone and there's just like an overwhelming sense of passion and emotion for that person, and it's almost like you feel so much for them that it scares the shit out of you. It's that kind of vibe. It's that kind of vibe where it just feels like, what the hell am I doing? But let's look at the Two of Cups just to see if it tells us what it is you feel. You probably feel connected with it. If there's passion there already, there's a feeling of connection with it. But obviously, if it was a person, you can deepen the connection, can't you? So the Two of Cups. And I mean, one of the reasons, obviously, for some, if you were in that example that I gave about a relationship, if you feel that level of intensity towards someone, it's terrifying getting involved with them, because it's like they could have a bit of power over you, couldn't they, really? And it mentioned about your body is your own, etc. And it's like you might start to worry about how much power that person could have over you and what they would do. We're speaking of Scorpios. We're doing a Scorpio reading as well. And obviously Scorpio energy. Scorpio wants to be in control, don't they? Scorpio doesn't want to be overpowered or subdued or whatever by anyone. I mean, who does, to be frank? Well, no, maybe some people do. But I'd say out of a lot of the astrology signs, Scorpio is one where it's like, yeah, Scorpio really doesn't want anybody trying to control them. So Two of Cups. Let's have a look, see if it tells us what. If the Lovers comes up, it's a relationship for the most part. But let's see, the Two of Cups. What is this Two of Cups? Who is it? Or what is it? Six of Wands. That doesn't feel right. Let's try that again. It would have been the Four of Swords. The Fool. The Knight of Pentacles. Let's get one more. The Empress in reverse. I will say for some, there's something about being seen here. It feels like it's a risk being seen. So again, if it's relationship related or romantically related, yeah, that still applies, where it just feels like a risk being seen, whether it is that you are dating and you want to put yourself out there, or there's a specific person that you want to talk to and even offer them something and you're worried that they'll reject you. There's that possibility. But for some, it could literally be putting yourself out there in some way, like whether it was putting yourself out there as in a public performance or something like that you want to do, or in terms of getting a particular job or going into a particular field. It could be something around that as well. But yeah, as I say, I can see passion here. I can see desire. It's like something that you probably feel connected to already. But you may want to deepen the connection, and it feels risky. It's kind of knocks you off your feet a little bit kind of energy. So let's see. I'm almost getting the thought as well of, you know, like if you have someone where they're just they've known an acquaintance or a friend for a long time, and then with that Knight of Swords and the Nine of Swords in particular, they sort of realize, oh my God, I actually have deep feelings for that person. Or, you know, if you were in a relationship with someone and then got to the point where it's like, oh, actually, I think I'm in love with this person. It's that realization, but there's something that can be kind of terrifying about it as well. It's that kind of vibe, isn't it? But right, we have the Ace of Wands there. So let's have a look at the Knight of Swords. As I said, for me, it gave off a vibe of, I've got my truth, but I don't know what the hell to do with it now. It could even be some sort of realization about yourself as well, to be honest. So what do we need to know about the Knight of Swords and the Nine of Swords as well? Queen of Wands, yeah. Yeah, that is really an energy of kind of, it's knowing what you want, but not knowing what to do next. So same thing, not having your truth, but not knowing what to do with it, really. Ten of Cups. Temperance. That again looks like a desire to connect, doesn't it, with the Temperance card? Right, I think that was meant to be upright. So 10 of Pentacles, wow, you got the 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. So again, it's like having that thought in your head of, you know what, I think this would really make me happy, whatever this is to you. And I'd really like to give it a go because I feel like it's something that could really long-term give me the fulfillment that I want. But as I say, with that Queen of Wands in reverse, it's like kind of being a bit afraid to take action, or not knowing how to take action, or just not quite knowing what to do. Let's look at the Temperance card and see what that is. Two of Swords. Yeah, it probably is about connecting, to be honest. But there's another message coming in, and hopefully I won't forget it before I want to say it. And I've already forgotten it. That doesn't help. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. I hate when that happens. I really need to learn to speak as soon as it comes to mind. Okay, so I think it's more that uneasiness again of if you know that there's something that you love and you want, but you can't, you're not sure how to do it, or there's fears around going for it. It's kind of, again, it's ungrounding, it's it unsettles you, doesn't it, in a way? It can become a bit unsettling. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing necessarily, but it can become unsettling. Right, so yeah. So it's like it kind of rocks your foundations a little bit, doesn't it? But anyway, let's move on because I think that's enough. As I say, overall, it's like having your truth, knowing what you want or want to do, but not quite knowing what to do about it. And it makes you, oh yeah, I know what I was going to say. It's putting things on a pedestal. You know, when you have such a strong opinion of something or want something so much that you end up putting it on a pedestal. I feel like saying be careful of that, because that is something that can unground you as well. So Four of Swords, what do we need to know about that? Why am I not shocked? Why am I not shocked that the Tower has come out? So the Seven of Pentacles and the Star have fallen on my lap, and I kind of feel like they're right, but I'm going to try that again. It's, I mean, I just said, something about feeling like it's knocked you off your feet. And I did kind of get that with the Four of Swords, and then the Tower's come up. I think I said rocky foundations and Tower. And I mean, I know the Tower is usually something huge and dramatic. I mean, to be honest, if you wake up to the realization that you're in love with someone, I mean, that could be considered a Tower moment in a way, couldn't it? Probably not in the traditional sense, because we say that the Tower is a massively dramatic event, but like a mini Tower. Wow. Okay, we've got the High Priestess there. We have the Two of Pentacles. And we have the Eight of Wands. So I've definitely got a distinctive energy here of with the Two of Pentacles being in between the High Priestess and the Eight of Wands, that not knowing what to do. You know, do I keep it to myself? Do I say what I'm thinking, feeling, take action? That's coming to mind here. With that High Priestess also, it's that realization, like I said, you've got your truth, that it's almost that heavy knowing of what you know, what you want to do. Again, just being very unsettled by it. Let's have a look at the Tower and the High Priestess. Communication could come in here as well, if there's something that you need to say, whether it's to a person or whatever. Thinking, should I actually do it? Should I take action? Should I say it? So what is it that's kind of rocked your foundation here? Two of Swords in reverse. The Sun. Five of Cups. the World. It feels like what's unsettling is kind of making the decision to put things out into the open with the Two of Swords and the Sun there. It looks like there's worry around that. I mean, could something specifically have happened that you are needing a rest from? Possibly. It is possible, but it almost feels like it's more the decision that's just kind of... Let's have a look at the High Priestess. So the Page of Cups, the Page of Swords, okay. The Devil and the Wheel of Fortune. So there's definitely things are being held back here with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Devil. Things are being held back, and I mean it's clarifying the High Priestess. So obviously, it's probably because of not speaking about something, or not saying what it is, or knowing something but not doing anything about it. You've got the Page of Cups there and the Page of Swords. And those are immature energies. By nature, they are immature, aren't they? So it's like a new feeling. With the Page of Swords, it's either a new truth. Well, I'd say it probably is a new truth and a new feeling again. So that relationship stuff is really coming up strongly. It's not necessarily for everyone, but that, you know, it's that knowing, isn't it? It's knowing, but not necessarily doing anything about it, keeping it to yourself. Again, I'm just repeating myself, I know. I'm just looking at the Tower card and contemplating if something has literally happened. But because of the I mean, with the Tower alone, you'd think something's happened. But the Tower feels more like a reaction. Or I don't even know if reaction is the right word, but it's like, even if something has happened, the Tower is more about the fact that now there's a decision to be made because of that. So it's not saying specifically what the Tower is necessarily, but it's like now there's a decision to be made. There could be something here for someone about needing to start all over again, needing to start again. And you kind of know that, but you don't know how to move forward. And I'm not sure specifically what would have happened. But yeah, there's something where, yeah, something's happened. Something could have happened very dramatically. And it's like, now you gotta make a decision. You gotta start again. Something could have come out into the open actually with the Two of Swords and the Sun, which could have been devastating with the Five of Cups and the World being in reverse. It's like, well, now I've got to start again. But as I say, it's like something's rocked your foundation. Either way, whether it is that a realization of some sort or something specific, knowing the truth, having that truth and not quite knowing what to do now. Could have been a revelation around a relationship. That's a possibility as well. I'm just looking back at these again. Okay. Let's look at the potential future energy with that Ten of Cups for you. So I'm just getting the cards back in the deck. Or trying to at least. Right, so Ten of Cups as a potential future energy. I mean, with that Four of Swords, if something's knocked you on your ass, basically, or is stressing you out, it is a need to kind of rest and kind of recover and ground yourself, isn't it? But let's look at that Ten of Cups. That was really dramatic. Okay, I am going to keep that Seven of Cups. And I'll probably have to clarify on its own, but let's see what else. It gives you, it speaks of options. Obviously, the way I use the word options, if we're talking about people, it's opportunities. But options in terms of physical, options for me is like physical things or plans and stuff like that. So for some, if something dramatic has happened and it's like, oh, well, I've got to start again now, this is where you can be happy again and you just have to explore different options and opportunities. Yeah, keep that upright. The Eight of Pentacles, that would be where you want to focus your attention. If it is just about where you are having a decision to make, it's where you, Eight of Pentacles is what you where you do commit to taking some kind of action and doing something and putting the effort in. You got the Four of Swords there. One more. So the Ten of Cups, it's not like, for me, it's not a literal prediction of you are going to be happy and fulfilled. It's more a heads up that if that's what you want, then this is what's needed. Try that again. So you have got the Lovers, the Ace of Swords. I'm not going to keep these, but I will say if anyone's keeping their emotions to themselves, especially in relation to another person, you're going to have to let it out, to be honest. And that doesn't guarantee that you'll get what you want, but at least it will free you so that if you have to move on, you can move on, basically. Let's get one more. Or you can get what you want and be happy, can't you? Right, we've got the Three of Wands, and that is intentions, isn't it? Oh, let's have a look at the Seven of Cups first. Judgment. Three of Swords. The Four of Wands. The Ace of Wands. Okay, so a couple of meanings here are, again, if something dramatic has happened and someone's having to start all over again, it is very much about pursuing new opportunities and options, like looking at what the new opportunities are, of how you can change things, do things differently, choose a new path, whatever it is, giving yourself that chance to create a new foundation. Yeah, you'd have to choose to make it happen. You have to choose. If it's that you have the spark for something already, if you have the spark for something already, it's a similar message of that you have the choice. The power's in your hands of whether you choose to take action on this and pursue it. A bit of a fear of getting hurt here with that Three of Swords. But it is like the power is in your hands. Let's have a look at the Eight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Swords. I'm going to leave the Six of Cups. Let's try that again. Knight of Swords. One more. So whatever you want and have the desire for and want to do, make sure that whatever you put action into, it's in line with your truth, I would say. And that Emperor being there in reverse, it's another reminder that it's kind of almost like the power's in your hands again. So we've got the Five of Cups. It's reminding you that whatever you pursue, you have the power to overcome any challenges and disappointment. And even if it doesn't, what's the word? If it doesn't, oh my God, I can't speak now. If it doesn't turn out the way you want, you have the power to sort of start again and commit to something else. Let's have a look at the Four of Swords. I guess I'm sub-clarifying all of these because that's the need to get grounded, isn't it? Wheel of God. Why are they out together again when I put them back in the deck separately? Okay, I think the end part, it's about getting clear on what you want, what your expectations are. Having realistic expectations as well is part of being grounded. I think I've already said being clear on your intentions, because that is grounding in itself, isn't it? When you are clear on your intentions and making them known as well. Don't be afraid to make them known. Again, if there's a relationship aspect of things involved, make your needs and your intentions known. It's not to say it's all about you, because it's obviously it's cooperation as well. But you know, don't get to the point where you over compromise and you don't make your needs a priority and your intentions a priority. Let's have a quick look at the Three of Wands, although I feel like I kind of know where I am there. Six of Cups, that was dying to come out, wasn't it? Well, the one message I would get with the Six of Cups, the Star, and the King of Wands coming up is that if you need to do things differently, like if you are trying to if there, again, that thing about if something's already happened and you're needing to start again, you can overcome whatever you've dealt with in the past and set new intentions and move ahead powerfully. What else was I going to say about that? It's very much about just having clear intentions and knowing what you want, what your heart wants, and being very, do I want to say, I don't know if the right word is assertive, but standing strongly in that, not settling kind of energy. So in terms of grounding, I think the potential future energy, it is an energy where there is the potential for happiness, but you have to stand by this thing about the power being in your hands, putting the effort into things that align with your truth. Taking the time, you might be in this period of time naturally because the Four of Swords is there twice, it's an opportunity now in the present to be very clear on your intentions, and kind of trying to release the fears around it to ground you. But the intentions thing seems to be a big deal here in terms of grounding yourself. If you're feeling like, oh well, I don't know what to do, like what are your intentions, what are your expectations, and contemplating all of that. What are you hoping for? Okay, so let's get your final card of advice. So final card of advice for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising from the Witch's Kitchen deck. Final advice from the Witch's Kitchen deck, please, for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising. God, no. I will look at that one actually. I'm curious, but I'm going to probably get a different one. So Nutmeg, it says luck. The deck is not cooperating, is it really? There we go. Oh, yep, 100% courage. And I would say courage to take action on what you want, courage to overcome any fears, doubts, that sort of thing, and like the courage of your convictions. I'm thinking of that King of Wands when I say that. So as I said about intentions, being clear on your intentions, it's the courage to stand by your intentions as well. So that's time. Courage. You know what, time, I think the literal sense time, not the herb time. I think time is important here as well, as in terms of giving yourself time, because that Four of Swords came up a couple of times. Keep on using that word. Giving yourself time to set the intentions, to be clear on the intentions too. So let's read this message for you. So it says, resistance is futile as you walk the witch's solitary path of no return. For once magic is born within, it can never die. I will support you as you step out of the witchy broom closet and declare to the world who you really are. It's time to burn brightly as you resolve to commit to your magical path no matter the opinions of others. Know that you are safe as you massage in my oil as the warriors of old did to induce the courage needed for battle. As you face challenges head on, I will reinforce your bravery and strength. Add me to your bathwater or sew me in undergarments. Okay, I don't think I've heard that before. I mean, I've probably read it in the book before and forgotten it. Sew me in undergarments to increase vigor, or weave me into your hair to enhance allurement as you face the world. Plucky determination is what's required as you stand okay, that doesn't really make sense. As you stand up to adversity, fight for your rights and become the hero of your own story. I like that energy, become the hero of your own story. What can I say? I mean, could someone be coming out of the broom closet? Possibly. But as I stand by what I said about being clear on your intentions and standing by them as well. That's important here, and having the courage to overcome, to create, to take action, etc. But I will leave your message there. Feel free to like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you want a personal reading, see the info in the description box. But thank you very much for watching and take care.